Hey, Dean. Over the last couple of videos, I've been focused on XRP a lot and how to buy XRP, where to buy XRP. But, a lot of people don't even understand what XRP is or what it does or what its true value is and why I'm talking about it so much. And in fact, one of the things I want to talk about today is the fact that they're in a lawsuit with the SEC. So why would I want to invest into a token that's in a lawsuit with the Securities and Exchange Commission? Um, I want to give some insight into that, but I kind of wanted to get your perspective before I gave mine, and just what's the value proposition for you to get into XRP?
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for asking me because that's a great question. Because I'm pretty sure you know a lot more about it than I do. So I will tell you what I know, and then I'd love to hear from you. And because I don't know that much. Okay. This is what I know about XRP. Number one, it facilitates international payments, which I guess, can be difficult with different currencies and the speed of transactions across the oceans and translating the different currencies and stuff like that. So I guess that's where the utility of XRP comes in. And as far as the value proposition for me, well, I got into it before the lawsuit, but I mean, as far as the lawsuit, not that I'm an expert on it, but I've listened to the experts, and they have all along pretty much said that they thought that the lawsuit would get cleared. So from a trading perspective, it seemed like a good way of buying in lower and getting in before the lawsuit gets settled. And just overall, when I originally got in, the price was very low, one of the lowest. Apparently tends to lag the market a little bit, so it's easier to get into XRP when it's low and then wait for it to catch up with the rest of the market. So that's what I did, and that's where I'm at with XRP, and I'd love to hear more about it.
Well, let me just continue with what you just said. And the fact of the matter is, it used to be super easy to get into XRP. Now it's quite difficult. But if you look up here, I'm going to post a link to a video or two that you can go ahead and click and go to those videos if you're interested in either exchanging Bitcoin or Ethereum or other tokens for XRP, or if you're interested in flat out buying it with your credit card. So those videos up here are going to help you understand how to do those types of things. This video is not going to cover that, but it is extremely difficult to buy XRP today. And like you, I've been in XRP for years. It was one of the very first cryptos that I invested into, and it was super easy. And when I bought it between 20 cents and 32 cents back in the day. And it stayed there for a very long time. I don't even remember, that thing was trading sideways. In fact, there were days I woke up and I'm like, gosh, why did I buy this? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So now it's at 80 some cents today. It's been up as high as $1.80, $1.90 recently. So it's been doing a lot in terms of price performance, which was, there was a day I was super happy, but then, you know, people just don't know how to get in and out of this, and they don't even realize, like, we have the SEC suing them because, well, back in the day when they were issuing their tokens, they kind of treated it like a security. At least that's what the SEC is saying. And they didn't like that. So even though, let's just say that for 1 minute that the SEC actually prevails, I think the good news for all of us that make this bet on XRP is that XRP is bigger internationally than it is in the US. The US is kind of like the final linchpin. If the US falls in the direction of supporting it, well, then I think we're going to see a super high XRP. If it falls in the other direction, I think your losses are limited. They might not even be losses, quite frankly. I mean, the best price action I've seen is over the last couple of months, just following the loss,
Yeah.
the lawsuit and everything that's
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
true.
So,
Yeah.
or the banning, more specifically, the banning of XRP in the USA. So that's cool. But again, up here, if you're looking for a way to get into XRP, because I think it's very important for our audience to understand, you can still get in. And I think now is the time versus later. But why is XRP a good opportunity for buying? In fact, you kind of hit the highlights of why it is. XRP is this lightning fast network that allows and facilitates international transfer of payments between one country and another, or one business in one country and another business in another country, without us having to translate our money into something else other than XRPs. The current process is called SWIFT, the way that we do it through international banking, and it is very inefficient. Swift transactions can take a very long time. When I say a very long time, they could take days to go through. Think of a Swift transaction as kind of a slow-moving turtle of a wire transfer that we do domestically, right? So that's just on the global scale. Um, they're very inefficient. They're very expensive. Like if you have to move money across the ocean to somebody else, I don't know exact dollar amount, but a lot of wire transfers start in around $40, and both sides usually get tagged with a fee. Swift transaction is even higher than that, from what I understand. So that is something that's very ripe for XRP to take over. And XRP right now has hundreds of contracts with banks internationally where they're already doing and supplying this type of value to those banks. So they've already proven they can do it. And so what happens? What's the difference with XRP in the middle milking those transactions? People are going to be able to say, I want to wire money to my friend or my college student who happens to be going to school in China. And they're going to be able to just go to their wallet and go boom. And they're going to be able to send money to whoever they want to do it. Businesses are going to be able to do it the same thing. Countries that are changing money back and forth, everything's going to be transacted in XRP. Right now, a lot of that is happening in the US dollar, but we know where that's heading, right? A lot of countries are jumping off. We just saw El Salvador jump off the US dollar. Well, they're still using it, but they're jumping off the US dollar in favor of using Bitcoin as a national currency. And we're going to see more of that type of stuff happening. So XRP is prime. It's right in the middle. They already have all the relationships and working relationships set up with the banks around the world. All we need to do is have the US fall in line, and boom, XRP is going to go to the moon. And I'm not a person who says that a whole lot, but I think XRP has a lot of potential to finally do just that. And this SEC thing, as you pointed out, I think we're seeing the tail end of it come to fruition. We're seeing that the lead attorney has gone ahead and resigned. That's the latest information that I know. So I don't know what kind of sign that is when the lead attorney
Wait, on which, for the
for the
government?
SEC
Okay.
resigned um, on the heels of losing multiple little battles in court. So I don't know if it's a coincidence or if there's a reason why he did that. So we are seeing XRP gain momentum. We are seeing a softening of regulation talk in America right now. So one of the things you probably just saw this in 2021, the new administration is going to take a hands-off approach on crypto. So I think that's great. There's not going to be any new regulation. There's not going to be any new governance in crypto this year. So actually, I think that plays really well into the XRP story. So value proposition is we can move transactions lightning fast, whether I'm here and I'm moving money from Florida to Illinois, or whether I'm moving money from Florida to China. We're going to have the same response time. XRP is the fastest. And I kind of have an anecdotal story about that because Elon Musk just said a couple days ago that he's going to go ahead and accept Bitcoin again in exchange for his cars, as long as they reach 50% energy efficiency. In other words, he wants 50% of the energy to come from green. And that's when he's going to turn the lights back on for accepting Bitcoin. The problem I have with that is that Bitcoin for transacting business and commerce is incredibly
So
slow.
slow.
So
Yeah.
yesterday, I'm going to give an anecdotal story because I was helping somebody actually buy XRP. And I said, well, here, the easiest way we're going to do that is we're going to take XRP out of your Coinbase account. We're going to move it over to your KuCoin account. And then at KuCoin, we're going to exchange your XRP or your Bitcoin for XRP. Now I moved $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. So do the math. That's 1/40th of a Bitcoin right now, 1/39th of a Bitcoin from Coinbase wallet over to an XRP, over to a KuCoin wallet. We waited and we waited, and the the feeling I always get in the pit of my stomach is, oh my God, did I do something wrong? Did I pull the wrong wallet? Did I do this? Because on one side it's saying pending, on the other side, it doesn't tell you anything. And this is the inherent flaw of moving Bitcoin. It said it would be there in three hops, three transactions, or whatever they do in the Bitcoin world. That took eternity. And finally, my friend was ready to leave. It was about an hour later, and the transaction finally showed up. In fact, he was getting up, and all of a sudden it went ding. It came through his email. And he's like, oh, it looks like it finally went through. And I said, this is why we don't want to use Bitcoin, and this is why we want to use XRP to make these transactions going forward. If I had transferred XRP from my wallet, if I had any in Coinbase to transfer over to KuCoin, I guarantee I would have blinked and it would have been over in KuCoin. That's the difference. And I think that's why Bitcoin is seen as a store of value, and that's its value proposition. And XRP is seen as a lightning fast transaction network. I mean, you go to store, you go shopping, when you put your credit card down on the machine and it's like sitting there and it's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. We're so impatient. Who the hell is going to wait an hour to let a Bitcoin transaction go through? An XRP transaction, you're going to say, yep, move my XRP, boom, the transaction's over.
Interesting story. During the last cycle, when when I first heard about Bitcoin, and I tried to find a way of buying it, and it wasn't easy back then. This was like 2017, and no one had really heard of it, and my bank canceled my first transaction, and I
Right.
kept trying, but eventually I gave up. And one of the reasons why I gave up was that I heard about how slow Bitcoin was, and I was like, oh, well, that probably won't be the currency of the future then anyway. And it probably won't. But yeah, it might be the store of value of the future, just like we don't trade gold, but people, to buy things, but people own gold just to have another place to put their wealth and keep it there until they want to, use it for some other reason. So fine, maybe Bitcoin is good for something like that, but not like purchasing transactions, right? So
Right.
let me ask you this. If you're, I mean, if you're transferring money or buying something, is it the value of the XRP at the time that you're transferring, or are you using XRP? So let's say someone's sending euros to America. Do the euros get transferred into XRP first, and
That's
then the XRP gets sent, and then the XRP gets converted into dollars?
That's my understanding of how it currently works today, is that XRP is going to be the universal exchange token. So banks are actually going to probably just own XRP to do those transactions. We'll own XRP. So if we want to move money quickly, we'll have XRP. But if you want to move it, you're going to have to translate it. It does get translated into XRP, and then it gets retranslated back. But it's a very seamless process. It is, and it's going to be a universal thing, just kind of like the U.S. dollar is kind of like the currency of quote unquote the world right now, at least the countries that are using it. XRP is making that same play. They're saying we're going to be the universal currency. So how it all kind of comes together in the end, I'm a little fuzzy on, but that's my understanding. Exactly how you explained it. It does get converted into XRPs, and then those XRPs get transferred internationally.
Okay.
So yes, so that's it. I you just said something that was very interesting. I don't know if we want to kind of go off into a tangent here, but you did talk about gold, and having money as a store of value there. I do have opinions on gold and silver, and I know that many people who are buying cryptocurrency are thinking about gold and silver because they look at their basket of options as far as inflationary hedges go, and they look at those things. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this off into a separate video, but I think it's worth having that discussion really quick. Do you have a moment?